Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Predator Killers of Killers is the 8th entry of the Predator series and one that we desperately needed in the Predator franchise. Directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who has already made a Predator film 2 years ago called Prey, which just like this film was released on Hulu. Still can't forgive Disney and Fox for that. But yeah, besides the point, Predator Killers of Killers is a 3-part animated film set place in completely different time periods: feudal Japan, Viking era, and World War II. Each of these stories follows a main character as they eventually go up against the most deadliest groups of hunters in the galaxy. Our first story in this film is called Shield and is set in the Viking era and follows a group of Viking warriors led by a woman named Ursa and her son Andor, who leads this group and her son on a revenge arc to kill a man named Zoran, who is a leader of a group called the Krivage, who killed Ursa's father at a very young age. Our second story takes place in feudal Japan and follows two brothers named Kinshi and Kyoshi, both sons of a warlord. They're both tested in a duel to determine their faith and honor. Kyoshi comes out victorious, while Kinshi doesn't, leading to Kinshi fleeing and never returning. 20 years pass and Kyoshi now takes up the mantle of his father. Hearing about this news, Kinshi decides to return and face off his brother once again. And our final story in this entry takes place during World War II and follows a character named Torres, a car mechanic who dreams of becoming a pilot one day. That dream does become reality though for Torres when he's suddenly drafted into the Navy SEALs. I now want to talk about the Predators as they are definitely the highlight of the movie, but not only that, the film expands upon the lore ever more. The Viking Predator is the first Predator we get introduced in the film, and definitely the most strongest Predator we've seen on screen since the upgrade. This Predator has no shoulder cannon or wrist blades, but does have this prosthetic fist weapon, that when pulled back on a lever, releases this bolt of energy. It's definitely an interesting weapon that I was not expecting to see on screen, and hopefully we get more of that kind of stuff in Predator lore. Our next Predator is a slick and agile ninja Predator. Unlike our previous Predator we talked about, this one is decked out with more gear and gadgets. Familiar gadgets that we were used to seeing in the Predator lore like the Kami Stick, but also some new stuff like a chain whip that is able to be shot out from the wrist. And our final Predator is the Pilot Predator. Definitely the most unique Predator out of the two and the most deadliest one as well. As his name is given, this one takes his hunts to the sky and uses his entire ship as a weapon. From a net gun to a harpoon and even a plasma whip, this is truly the most unfair Predator we have seen in the Predator franchise. In the final act of the film, our three main characters are taken by the Predator clan to not only fight against each other to see who comes out victorious, but to also face off against the final Predator, the Grendel King Predator, who seems to be this leader amongst all the Predators. They also show how this particular group of predators have been taking people for many decades for their own usage of battles. And amongst all the warriors that these predators have captured, we see a familiar face from another Predator film, possibly leading to a sequel of some sort. And honestly, I'm all for it and excited to see what Dan Trachtenberg could do with this franchise. Each of these stories is unique and engaging, and never once have I felt bored or disappointed about something. Each of the Predators in this film had very cool designs, and that's one thing I appreciate for Dan Trachtenberg for doing, is giving us unique different Predators. And I know that's hard for certain people in the fandom to accept, but honestly I appreciate it because it's easier to distinct on which Predator is what. But not only that, it gives us a better understanding on this alien culture. The action in this film is intense and will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. And the animation is stunning and something that we really desperately needed for the Predator franchise. I'm so glad that Dan Trachtenberg took the opportunity to bring this idea to life. And hopefully this is the first good step for future adaptations of Predator and even Alien, or just in general adult animations. This was one of the films that I was most hyped for this year, and I'm so glad that it lived up to that hype. Because as it stands now, this is probably one of my favorite projects of the Predator franchise, and I'm hoping that they do more of this kind of stuff. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It means a lot for me and it means a lot for you, so it knows what kind of videos I can pull out. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, have a nice day.